Welcome to another edition of Keep Calm and Craft On. Today we are going to be making these heart garlands just like this. For this craft you're going to need yarn, string, cardboard, wooden beads, scissors or a box cutter, a pencil, and it could be very helpful to have a cutting mat as well. So the first thing that you want to do is take your cardboard and your heart template and trace it on here. Now you can do any shape that you like. I just chose hearts, pretty easy to do. You can certainly use a template or just freehand if you want. So I'll just do 2 right here. And this is just leftover cardboard we had around the library that I just cut up. Okay. So once you have your hearts, then you can either use scissors if you have scissors or a box cutter. Be very, very careful if you're using a box cutter because it is very, very sharp. And if you're using a box cutter, make sure you have one of these mats down as well to protect your surfaces. You can see I'm just doing small chunks at a time. I'm not doing the whole thing. I'm keeping my fingers away from the blade. Okay, just gonna trim that up. Okay, and there's your heart. Once you have your cardboard hearts cut out, then you're going to want to wrap them in yarn. Okay, you can do any scraps of yarn that you want in any colors. Okay, so you want to find the end. Then I just take it, hold it with my thumb, and then just start wrapping it around. After a while, you don't have to hold it anymore with your thumb, but you do want to keep the tension kind of tight on your yarn. So anytime I have to pull more yarn, I'm gonna hold it with my thumb to keep the tension tight and then just pull more yarn out. And you want to keep doing this until your cardboard is completely covered and you don't see any more of it. Okay. All right, and once you have it pretty much all the way covered, just like this, like that, okay. So then I'm going to take a little bit and cut my yarn, all right? And now we want to make this hoop on the end, okay? So, I got way too much. Okay. All right. So I want this to be my front. So I'm going to flip it over to the back. All right. And what I'm going to do is I have a tiny crochet hook like this. You can use a crochet hook. You can use a yarn needle, whatever your preference is. It just helps because what you're wanting to do is take this yarn that you have and tie it underneath. So I'm just picking up the yarn, pulling it under. I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times. Just like that. See? So that way it won't unravel, okay? So once you've done that, then you need to create your hoop. I like to have a big hoop on mine, just like this. So it's like a couple of inches. So I just take it, make a hoop with my fingers like that, and just make a knot. Okay. Okay. So any of this extra right here, I'm just gonna trim off a little bit, just like this. And then I'm gonna take, again with my yarn hook, I'm just gonna pick it up and kind of tuck it under. Okay, just like that. All right, and that's as easy as it is. All right, once you have all of your hearts made and wrapped, then you'll need to make the beaded string here. Okay, so what you'll need is just some string. This is cotton craft cord that I have right here, just left over from a macrame project. So I'm going to be using this, and I have wooden beads that I got at the craft store, and this container has 3 different sizes in there. So what I did is I just separated it out and just used the biggest and the smallest size. All right, so I have my craft cord here and my beads that I've separated it out into the 2 different sizes. All right, so you can see on this, it's a little bit frayed. So I'm going to trim it. And I'm also going to take some tape and wrap it around the piece of string, just like so. So it won't fray anymore. It kind of creates like a needle kind of. So that way it'll be easier to string your beads on. So I'm just going to start with the largest bead right here. And then I do 2 small beads. You can do whatever you want. You can use whatever beads that you have at home. Okay. Just like that. And I'm just going to repeat this process. Once you have this done, then I'm just going to trim it right here. Okay, so like so. Now if you've left a big enough opening, you can just string this right over your beads like so, and then you have your heart, okay? And that way you can also take these off and change them out for the seasons. If you want to do different colors for different seasons, you can do that too. And you won't have to restring your beads, right? To create these loops right here, all I did was made a loop and then just made a knot right like that. Okay. And then on both sides. And there you have it. And then all you have to do just trim the ends. Just like so. There you go. Just gonna restring this one on here. You can see how easy that is. And there you have your heart garland.